Ready or not, it's time for another adventure in the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Today, our mission is to tackle the Zakusu Shrine, otherwise known as the High Spring and the Light Rings over in Mount Lanayru. Alright, boys and girls, strap yourselves in and let's crash this party. This shrine kicks off in the Naydra snowfield, but to get to it, you'll need to solve a puzzle first. The fastest way to reach the starting point is to fast travel to the Mount Lanayru Skyview Tower. From there, we're heading down to the Spring of Wisdom. Well, rather to the end of it. Where you'll find Nosby, treasure hunter and adventurer extraordinaire. He tells you how this place is frozen solid and packed with monsters, so no one in their right mind would ever step foot here, except him. And us, apparently. Which obviously means that there must be treasure hidden here somewhere. He rambles on for a bit, but he did overhear a legend about treasure on this mountain while traveling here. And the legend says, skim across snow from the spring high in the heavens to the mountains below. Pass through the rings of light to see the light of blessing. Yep, sounds like a totally normal treasure we've definitely never heard of before. Wink, wink. He suspects that the spring high in the heavens refers to these springs, but we aren't exactly in the heavens now, are we, Nosby? And he has absolutely no idea about the rings of light bit. So basically, he has solved 0% of this puzzle. And after a little bit more rambling, the high spring and the light rings quest activates. So the spring the legend is talking about is actually above us. And the rest will make sense once we get there. So to do that, let's head back to the Mount Lanayru Skyview Tower and launch ourselves into the heavens. After you launch, you'll be happily facing already in the right direction. For the first time ever. No, I'm just kidding. It's happened like one other time. So for like the second time ever. So all you gotta do is just pull out your paraglider. I went ahead and grabbed a little speed boost from my old buddy Toolin, but honestly, all you really gotta do is just mostly dive and just a little bit of glide. Dive and glide. It's really not that far. Then all you gotta do is just land near the middle of the island, because that's where you're gonna find the dragon ring. But before you touch it, equip a shield, because this part of the puzzle is going to require some shield surfing. If you're not familiar with shield surfing, I'm going to give you a little quick lesson. So what you need to do is press ZL to ready your shield, and then you've got to quickly press X and A to surf, just like the controller prompt shows. And if you need a little practice, let's take a moment right here. You can even do it standing still. So here's a little demonstration. ZL and then X and A. And you want to do this fairly quickly. And once you do this while moving, you'll start surfing. So you can just do it a couple times right here. And it's really easy once you kind of get used to the button pressing. All right. So once you feel ready, let's go ahead and touch that dragon ring. It won't bite. I promise. Okie dokie. And there's our starting point. So after it lets us go, we're going to surf through those rings. So let's begin on this ramp. And I know it looks terrifying, because it is. We are absolutely surfing off of a ramp that leads to nowhere. But trust the process, guys. Just keep pushing forward and don't panic. As you get closer to the ground, you can absolutely pull out your paraglider to avoid fall damage and slow your descent, and you absolutely should. So once you hit solid ground, just follow the light and surf through the rings, avoiding rocks and obstacles along the way. There were only 6 rings on the surface, so it's not too bad. Some enemies might pop up on the side of you, but as long as you keep going, you don't actually have to worry about that. But what you do have to be aware of is that last ring. There are some Lizalfos hanging out nearby, but as soon as you pass through that last ring, ta-da! The shrine reveals itself in all its green, shiny, sparkly glory, just like the legend subtly and quietly promised it would. And with all of the tricks and puzzles finally solved, we can dangerously hurry right over to the shrine and activate it so that we can go right inside. And as much as I wanted this to be a Raru's blessing, it's not. But it does purify the ancient evil. But unfortunately, all outside equipment is forbidden beyond this point, so that sucks. But that's because this shrine is called Proving Grounds Ascension. Alrighty then. To start, head over to that cubby on the left. We've got some weapons. We've got a wooden stick, a long stick, an old wooden shield, an old wooden bow, and a bundle of 5 arrows. So now this may look intimidating, and that's because it is. This one is no joke, but this is the easiest method that I found. Let me take you through it. So let's start out by taking out that construct up there on the top. Try for a headshot if you can. You can take him out with one hit. Then let's head all the way to the back to find another construct. And put one straight in his dome too. Get close if you need to, because we want him disarmed. Then quickly grab his bow, and then head back towards that big box with the laser walls. I know, sounds fun, right? It's cause it is. Alright, go inside the box, but don't stay for too long. A timer bomb drops once you trigger the lasers. The construct should be chasing you and end up close to the box while you run away from it. And once he's down, grab his loot because he's got some extra arrows, and then let's head to the platform near the entrance. A moving contraption will come down. When it's low enough, use recall, hop on, and let it carry you up to its highest level. There's another construct patrolling this bridge, and he might be nearby or farther ahead. For me, he was closer. A headshot works great here. I wanted to use the fire fruit on him, but the headshot disarmed him, which works just fine. Before moving on, look up to the left. There's another construct up there, and he's not very strong, but do not ignore him. He has shock fruit arrows, and I learned that the hard way during practice runs. Now, before going up, let's drop down to the lower level and take out that construct below so that we don't have to backtrack later. And if you time your landing attack right, you'll deal extra damage. And I got lucky with a sneak strike because he was facing away. You might not be so lucky, so just keep swinging vigorously, or try to go for a headshot to disarm him. But if none of that works for you or happens for you, and he ends up just falling off of this thing, do the same thing and jump down after him, and try to do that again where you land your attack just right so you can deal that extra damage, and then just try to hit him again. And then you'll have to make your way back up, but you can go inside that box. Triggering those lasers again will not drop another timed bomb. You can actually even use those rockets if you want to, but it's going to take you way high up, which is fine if you want. However you want to do this, it's up to you. You can also just use all the bridges to go up. But if you are just right here where I am, we just need to go up from here. So find a spot on the bridge to ascend up. Okay, so now from here, before continuing, I want to make sure that we all have 2 unfused weapons. And if not, look around and grab some. There's plenty of weapons lying around that I didn't grab. Look at the health bar to this fight. There's still more than half of this fight left, and only 1 construct remains. He is no joke. This guy packs a punch, so we need to prepare for this. And I'll show you what I mean. So up ahead, there are some spike plates. What you want to do is fuse one to your shield for extra protection. And then keep your fuse ready and quickly fuse the nearby Zonai material so the construct can't grab them first. That's what you want the empty weapons for. And then you're just gonna wail on him with everything that you've got. Don't give him a single chance to recover. Keep switching weapons. Elemental effects stack damage. For example, once he's burning from the flame emitter, swap to a stronger weapon and go to town. Done. Unless you can get him to drop from up here, if you can get him to fall off of this edge, I did this in a different practice run, he dies from here. He cannot survive this fall. Total fall damage. You can do it this way too. Otherwise, just keep the pressure on him until he's defeated. Then, ta-da! All your equipment is returned to you, and then the gate to the innermost chamber opens. Time to head inside. And now all we have to do is open up our chest to claim our Soldier Force Spear. Put that in your pocket because I think you know what time it is. You're absolutely right. It is time to clock out. And if you're stuck or need help with any part of this shrine or any other video, feel free to reach out right here in the comments on Instagram, Facebook, or on Discord. I am always happy to help. Huge thanks to my Patreon supporters. Your support means the world. And if you'd like to join in and get some extra goodies, check out my Ko-fi or Patreon pages. And if this walkthrough helped you out, give that like button a little tap, hit subscribe for more gaming goodness, and spread the word to your fellow adventurers. Got any questions or thoughts? Drop them in the comments below. I am all ears. Until next time, this is KKJinxx, over and out.